Hello everybody, it's Vincent the beehive maker. I'm just going to show you the barrel hive now. I was trying to get the price of hives down to a reasonable figure, and the wood, just the wood in the long hive, without any of the extras, the wood comes to £158. So, you know, straight away it was dearer than I thought reasonable. So then I found that you can buy quality barrels for about £60–65. You can buy any old kind of barrel for about £30–35. And then so I thought, right, well, I'll try and utilise a barrel. Now this one hasn't been finally cut. I leave that band complete on both ends. I have to strap it with steel front to back, and then I have to screw every plank. There's over 200 screws in each barrel, and then once I've got the handles on and my top parts, I then cut through that steel band front and back. This is the complete one. This I've done from a customer specifically, and this one is ready to go now. It's got the vents at the bottom. It's got these vents with a chrome shield on. That's so that the water doesn't drop in, and we have a heat vent at the top, and then they have copper drip lips all the way around, and then these bars here, the original ones I did long screws. These are 150mm long screws to hold it together, but I found that sometimes the heads come off these, so hence why I put extras on, and then I have the bar through there, and this one has the handles on and the hinge and the entrance, and the entrance does two things. It stops the lid when you lift the lid, and now when you lift this lid, this is one of these lids you don't want to get your fingers in, and then this goes up, the support comes down, so that's there, and then you've got the frames, 20 frames. You're going left to right 10, and middle to right 10, and middle to left 10. Yeah, it was a bit of a work of art getting these right, because you need the frame needs to be the same as the shape as a hive, so that works out well with the 2-inch strip starter wax sealed in to each end, and then if you want to see, yeah, so it curves around the curvature of the barrel. The inner part is V'd, so the bees can continue to bring the comb round, and the entrance is there. So and they're numbered, just peace of mind really, because at the end you have to be careful, as the barrel comes into 8, 9 and 10, you can have problems with them dropping in, because they're virtually the same size like that. And then, yeah, as I say, it has a copper drip strip front and back, and then so you've got a full clamp beehive. and actually it's worked out quite well. The frames are the only thing that are expensive, because I know there's only 20 frames there, but they're like £100 a set, which is a bit unfortunate, but that's because the machining costs and the waste of wood, as you can imagine with a curved frame, is a problem. But otherwise it's rather good, because it's something you can put the bees in and really forget them, and when it's shut, and nobody's going to run off with that. But yeah, so it was a good exercise, and yeah, sold a few, so quite happy really, and getting good feedback from those that have got them. Right, so I'm just going to do a quick walk through to the hive I built. This is one of the first ones I did. This was the Kenyan Topbar, insulated, fully insulated with the symbiotic sump. Now the sump, because there's no bees in, obviously the sump comes up like that, and then those little levers clamp it in place. But in the winter, if there's no bees in, I leave it open so it gets fresh air. Now this hive was built for a customer. I bought it back and refurbished it, but this was bought by a customer, specifically designed. It has, here it has a window, and then on this it has two mirrors, so that with the aid of a torch you can look down. You haven't got to bend down, you can stand up and look down into that window and then get access there. And this one again was we had a problem with the roof. Originally, this is what taught me about having ventilation in the roof. So this has a cage in the roof where the mesh is to allow the heat out, because in the summer it was getting much too hot and damp in here, which was affecting the timbers. But luckily it survived, you know, it survived. Luckily it didn't go rotten, but it was just really inconvenient. So yeah, so that's that. And then it has, under these here, it has a vent there and a vent there, so that we've got through flow of air front to back. But inside it's a traditional Kenyan Topbar. These bars are so you can put a feeder over, and they have a conic piece of wood somewhere in here that helps seal it up. These were done, these have 20mm Canadian cedar, redwood. They then have 50mm of Black Mountain in Southern Ireland. The sheep on the Black Mountain in Southern Ireland, their wool is very special. It doesn't take moisture, so it's in here. There's 50mm of Black Mountain sheep's wool, and then on the outside is Siberian larch, and I'm really impressed how this Siberian larch has stood up, because all it's had in all its life, when I built it new, it just had, I just waxed it with beeswax on the outside and left it, and it's done very remarkably well. The dummy boards, obviously they're loose in there for now, and then you just slide your bars in accordingly. All the bars have, I don't clean them completely. Some people say you should, but I find the bees, as long as you wash them, in some disinfectant or something, like Milton's, you know, I find they prefer it to go back. I mean, if anybody buys this one, then, you know, fair enough, they can have it, they can clean it or whatever. But these crown boards, they go in like this, and they sit on these shoes. These shoes here come out, they clip in, and they just slide along like that, so that your divider board then sits flush to stop the bees getting in and out. Because when you've got the sump is up under here, full of detritus, you have to make sure that the detritus is level, because what we found in the past with the sumps, some people are using them now with a sump as a varroa tray, because they found it too problematic. With you fill that base full of detritus, and you have to make sure it's full up to here, and then what happens is the bees, for some reason, they scatter it away and then go underneath. So if when you go and look in, even if you don't open the hive, as long as you look on the side of the dummy board where there is no bees and make sure there's a good build-up of detritus, then the sump works perfectly. So yeah, so that's that's again this special board. It's really handy because it's nice and light. The bees don't eat it. The bees don't eat it, and that's good. Yeah, so as I say, this one has 3 entrances, but although the customer that had it found within 12 months she had just one colony operating all 30 frames. I'll just lift it out a bit. So yeah, so there's the 3 entrances. Each spinner has a landing board on, and I tend to sort of keep it on that way in the winter while it's open and no bees are in. But yeah, that's it. And